So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be a breastfeeding. What do you need to start your breastfeeding journey? I'm gonna do it like this. My hair is like a mess, so we gonna not show it. But so yeah, so this is going to be like for beginners, or if you're not beginning, what helped you, what do you need. First thing I would say, especially if you have big boobs, because why I'm going to say this is if you have big boobs, and sometimes your boob I'm pretty sure my boob is going to be bigger than my baby head, but when you are breastfeeding and your baby is small and your boobs are really large, it is hard sometimes it is hard for your baby to like support, like hold, like latch and nurse on its own, like without you holding your boob. But they'll get it as their head gets stronger, but in the beginning it's really hard for them. So normally you would take your pillow, so you do need a nursing pillow. This is the brand by the Nursing Pillow. I like this brand because it's not bulky and too big, because sometimes I feel that these can be too big and they sit the baby too high for them to nurse. That's my experience. So I like this one. I tried this one with my son, and my daughter had a different one which I did not like, so I went back to get one of these. But as you guys can see, it sits here. Like, my boobs are already big, so I don't need a huge pillow that's going to take up so much space. So these are really great because when you have a baby and you have really large boobs, because some moms will feel that they're suffocating their babies. So what you would do is you would lay your baby, so your baby is already supported on the pillow. You either, sometimes you have to switch. If your boobs are too big, you may need to do the football position in the beginning until they get the hang of it, which is the baby head will be here and their body will go back. So their head is here, this is their head, and then their body is my arm going back, and then you will support your boob to help nurse them. But you can also do, and also what makes it a good position when you do the football hold is that when they're nursing on this side, another product we have in here is the Haka. There is off-brand Hakas. You don't have to buy the expensive Haka, and I actually found this off-brand one. I don't know what's the name of it, but I'm gonna have to look it up. But it is large. The flange is larger than the Haka. I gave the other Haka to my sister, but this flange is larger to it. But you can have the flange here, and you don't have to worry about your baby feet. Your baby feet are knocking it off from the suction. So yeah, so a breastfeeding pillow is good. If not, if you don't have a breastfeeding pillow, you can just take a regular pillow, or if you don't have like a regular pillow because you're using it for your back, you can take a blanket and roll the blanket up and make it like kind of like this to help. So something to support the baby so you can support the boobs, because sometimes your letdown can be harsh on them, like real quick, and they be like because it's choking them. But the Haka, this one actually have a lid, but I'm still going to get the little ball that go in here, because we're not going to say, I don't think any mama have not experienced wasting milk gold. And I think I only paid $3 for this. It was 70% off. It's really nice, and it goes up to 4 ounces. So this is one of my second products I would recommend. Love it, love it, love it. They actually have the beads to help hold this, because I have really big boobs, so mine kept detaching the suction, but I fill up these faster. So yeah, but the Haka will be my second recommend. I love it, I love it, I love it. If you start off early, like when your milk comes right in, and you start attaching this, and sometimes if you're only pumping one boob and you hook this up, this can also help you too, because you don't have to worry about hurry up and pumping this side. You can just pump one side, attach the Haka to the other side, which for me, my left boob is bigger than my right boob, because Ivory stayed on Ivory stayed on my right boob the most. She hated going to my left boob, and with my son, he stayed on my left boob more than he stayed on my right boob. So, but my right boob is bigger. My left boob is bigger than my right. So with this baby, I'm probably going to start it off on our left side than the right side. Next most important thing is water bottle. Why you really do need to stay hydrated, and you actually want something bigger than this. Sometimes you may want a straw so you can be hands free, but I find the straw is just so hard to like suck up the water. Like it just I could just just gulp it down than trying to suck it up through a hard straw. But a water bottle will be my third recommend. Sorry you guys, you hear noise, that's the air going. But yeah, a water bottle, but larger than this. I'll say about, what is this one? This is only 22 ounces. So more than 22 ounces, unless you want to keep filling up all the time. Next will be breast pump. So I do have this one, but my insurance will cover a new one, which is going to be a hands-free one. This is which one is this? But a breast pump. This one actually sweet because it has a holder. Most of them I don't see that has a holder, but once you're done, you can sit the bottle here. You don't have to worry about spilling the milk. I was going to see if the Haka fits here. Oh, it does. So the Haka fits here in this one, so you guys can see. So you don't have to worry about the milk spilling over. So this is really, I think this is going to be our in place breast pump. But I am ordering the hands-free one because I do plan on going back 6 to 12 weeks after baby is born, and I would prefer to be hands-free with pumping. You need your breastfeeding parts. You do need to buy multiple flanges, but I think because I didn't use this one, I did use this one Ivory, but I prefer the what is it? What's the heck that brand is? I can't think it. This one is right there, but that brand. But I lent my breast pump to my sister, but she bought all her new parts. She only basically got the pump part, like the pump and the charger. But I had her buy all her bottles, her flanges, her cords, all that separate. So I only have this one left, but in the other one I had different flanges. Like this one is 25 to 30, which I know 30 is too big. So, but there is a 28 flange. So I think I'm between the 28 flange. So I will have to find the 28 flange. But sorry guys, I ran out of space, so I had to fix that. But as I was leaving off, I said I do need to order a different flange size for these. I'm actually probably today going to throw these in the dishwasher just so I can get the one cleaning cycle, and then I'll do a sterilized cycle before baby comes. But yeah, so you have like your cord. So yeah, you have like a lot of stuff. But I did order, next thing is nursing bras. So I ordered this 3-pack. I got off Amazon for about, I think $6. It was on sale. But here they go. I will link them for you guys. And I will try to find the Haka because I bought it a minute ago for you guys. But yeah, these are just like the pull down ones. The straps kind of can get confusing, and especially in the middle of the night, or you just want to just pull down. You don't have to look for the little button, and sometimes it's hard to put back up, especially in the middle of the night if you're not looking at it. But yeah, you also will need breastfeeding bags. These are the ones I have free because we haven't had our baby shower and stuff yet, so I haven't bought any yet. But I got all these for free, and then I got these for free also, and I got more free ones. I got like a 40-pack. Bottles. Why I say bottles, a lot of people and when you measuring from a bottle and putting it in, especially in the breastfeeding bags, the measurements will be off. They will be off. So measure in your bottle first. Pump it in your bottle first. Write that measurement down, not the measurement that it gives you on the the bag, because it will be off. And sometimes if your baby is not drinking that much milk, or you think there's not that much milk in that bag, because if your baby is drinking 3 ounces and the bag is telling you 2 ounces but the bottle told you 3 ounces, go off what the bottle told you. Go off on the 3. My mom is calling, she's gonna have to wait. But go off the 3 ounces. I did not buy these bottles. All these bottles came out of the gift registry bags, because I feel like we don't use a lot of bottles. I do not want a lot of bottles, because the more bottles you have, the more cleaning you have to do. So yes, if you only have to have 5 to 6 bottles, wash those bottles out, especially with the Dr. Brown's. There's so many parts you have to take apart. And this baby, I do plan on doing nighttime bottle feeding, and some throughout the day, so when I go back to work, it wouldn't be a problem with her taking a bottle. Next, vitamin D drops. These are very important, because baby does not get a lot of vitamin D from you unless you're like tripling the amount you're taking. They do need to take 1 drop of vitamin D drops a day, just 1. This is a pack of 15, so this is already the first 15 days of baby life. I have vitamin D drops, and I actually got these from my OB office. They're like little samples. So this is it. Next is nipple butter. Yes, mine is melting a little bit. Look for natural nipple butter, because Lancino, Medellin, you have to wipe their nipple cream off. And what can be bad about that is if you don't wipe it, it leaves like if you want to taste it yourself, it tastes nasty. I'm not gonna lie. So if you leave that, or you don't wash your boob, your nipple off really good, baby will be like and yes, they will. They would not want your boob until you wash it, because it doesn't taste right, which is, it really does not. So look for a natural balm, and it'll tell you you can apply to your nipple before breastfeeding, and it said this one is safe with food grade organic ingredients. There's no need to wipe off before nursing your baby. So yes, so if you do, when you do pick a nipple butter, or please read to make sure it said that whether you have to wipe it off or you don't have to wipe it off. But a lot of times when we go with a natural nipple balm, you do not. Now it's one called I think it's Nipple Crack. I know you're so crazy, but it's called Nipple. I believe it's called Nipple Crack, and baby, that's a lifesaver. But I've already started using this one because my nipples are really, really sore. Just rubbing against bras and shirts, there's a lot of friction, but I really like it. It doesn't have a nasty taste to it either, so I tried it. Yes, I'm gonna let my baby put their mouth on it. You're gonna want to try it. Next, we will need some breastfeeding pads. Yep, gonna need a lot of these. You're gonna drip, drip, drip. See, I have like the Lancino brand. This is like a little sample. And let me see what does it do. It tells you. This one doesn't even tell you if you have to rinse it off, but you probably could just. This is the organic nipple blend, so I don't know if they changed it, but most of theirs always were you needed to wipe it off. Prenatal vitamins. Yes, you will either still continue to taking your prenatal vitamins, or you can get postpartum vitamins. This actually was a free sample, but I still have a lot of vitamins. This is a free 30-day supply from my Amazon baby registry box. They sent this there. Next, I'll show you guys. Breastfeeding covers are important, but if you don't have a breastfeeding cover, how to make one. So this is just. Okay, 1 second. This is just a my mom is calling, but this is it's supposed to be a swaddle, but you can take this and tie it. You're going to tie a little knot. I'm going to have to answer her in a minute. Tie a little knot, and and here you go. There is your breastfeeding cover. Show you guys. And I like these more because they give you more arm room. The one that is supposed to be like the car seat version turns into a breastfeeding cup. You really don't have a lot of arm room, and you really just it's just a lot. But you can just take a normal receiving blanket or swaddles because they stretch more, tie that knot in the back, and you can put it over and you have a nursing cover. At home I don't cover up. I just feed my baby. But a lot of times, even in public, I'll be decent enough where nobody's seeing nothing. Normally I'm always wearing like a nursing tank tops are good too, and then I'm wearing a shirt over it. So when I pull up the baby on my back is covered, and then my sides is covered. So my top is covered. You wouldn't see anything. You'll more likely see this going on and a baby attached, but you wouldn't see anything else. And my husband doesn't have a problem with that, so I learned to be comfortable. If he doesn't have a problem with it, he more likely trying to take over so we can get baby calm and eating. So I've breastfed 2 babies so far. This is my 3rd. I really only breastfed up until 5 months because they were saying that his if your baby do have a tongue tie and your pediatrician say, oh, they'll outgrow it, yeah, don't believe that. Just nip it in the bud, get it done right then and there. See a lactation consultant. I did see lactation consultant with not my first. I didn't know much about it other than when I seen it at the hospital, but after I did my own research, I found me a lactation. My husband paid for me to go to like these yoga classes, and she also was like a birthing doula, a lactation consultant, so she was like a big help in like learning what you need. But one of my bonus products is the Kind product. This will be my first time pumping in the bags, and I actually received, you can get it for free. You just have to pay shipping, which is not bad. I think for this one I paid about $5 for shipping, which it was this little kit right here, which it gives you basically the bottle, one bag, and the pump. It doesn't come with the flange. That will be your breast pump, but it do come with the cover, the nipple. These are for the Spectrum, and I think the Avon and the Spectrum pumps. These are for the attachments to attach to the bag. And then these little ones are for the the little ones for Medela, Philip, Avon, Tommy, Tippy, the First Year, Lancelot, Even Flow, Playtex, Spectrum. There's a lot of them. So how you would do this, I've already tried this out because it took a minute. So you'll just use your bag. You're not filling up. So you have your bag. You attach the small part to here. Boom, boom, boom. And then you attach your flange that you're using, and you pump. That's how you do it. It's as simple as it is. So I also received the 40 bag count from them. Also, they'll send you like links, and yeah, so it's pretty cool. So I got the Kind bag bottle. You can pump and store and feed all in one. So I think I would use these more for my nighttime pumps, because I really just hook up a bag and hook up the pump, like have everything ready to go, and I don't have to worry about putting the bottles in the refrigerator, washing them, just a lot. But so that is my beginners or breastfeeding haul. You need to stay hydrated. Yes, you're not going to see you're not going to see cookies in here. You're not going to see teas in here. You're not going to see shakes in here. I found that stuff nasty, like disgusting. I found if I drink more water, I eat my regular oatmeal, eat oatmeal, and your morning meal needs to be oatmeal. No point. Eat morning oatmeal, and you can have a night, like before you pump, I would say an hour or two before your nighttime pump, before you want to go to bed, I would eat a bowl as a snack. I would eat a bowl of oatmeal, or you can eat an oatmeal cookie, like something that's really hearty in oatmeal. And even if you make a smoothie with it in there, like it was your pumping, your pump session, that next session you're going to do, going to be off the chart. And I'll say that because the good pumps, your morning pumps is good. A lot of people say, oh, you pump the most in the morning. Yes, but you have to know the trick. You can pump really good before you go to bed too. But what I would do, morning, eat my oatmeal, wait an hour, take my shower. Why am I going to take the shower? The hot water is going to help loosen up the milk ducts. And so when I get out the shower, dry off, get ready, I hop onto the pump. And you can get, I would get a full 5 to 8 ounce bottles. Even Ivory wasn't even 2 months old. We already had like 30 bags of milk in the freezer before she was even 2 months old. And I would do the same thing at night. I would eat my nighttime snack, I would eat oatmeal, and then I would get in the shower, and then I would get on the pump. And that was what helped me. Oatmeal was the most, oatmeal and a lot of water, or unless you do like a flavored water, or sometimes like in the middle of the night you can do like a Gatorade.
Yeah, I press it.
Okay, and you can do a Gatorade, but I wouldn't waste my money on buying all those teas, cookies, and shakes, because you can make your own. You only need, they have shakes where you can put oatmeal in it, and you can just simplify it. Just keep it simple. Don't stress yourself out, because sometimes you can over drink those teas, and the teas can decrease your milk. I did have that experience with Ariz, so I learned my lesson the first time. And then when I had the smoothies, and I also had the same experience when I was wanting to drink those, because I'm thinking I'm not making enough. It decreased my supply, didn't actually increase in my supply. So yeah, when you want to make more, if you're not making no more, then you're not staying on a pumping schedule. Yeah, so just as many times your baby eat, that's if your baby's not eating that meal or not nursing from you, then you need to put in that pump session for the day. So if baby didn't eat off on you for 2 to 3 times a day, then you need to pump 2 to 3 times that day to keep up with the supply, that the amount that your baby is eating. And one of the things I learned the first time is that yes, we want to keep formula, but when I was substituting the formula in the breast milk, I was basically confusing my body. So if I'm only giving my child 2 ounces of breast milk, and then I'm giving them 2 ounces of formula, that is going to throw your milk supply off. Because when you're like, oh my gosh, he eats or she eats 4 ounces, but I only made 2 ounces. You only made 2 ounces because that's what you did. Like you only gave the child 2 ounces. So at the moment your body is saying that your baby's only eating those 2 ounces instead of it's eating 4 ounces, if you get what I'm saying. So if you do that, if you do substitute the milk, you will have a kind of like an off balance of breast milk, because you added that formula. So if you don't add the formula, unless you want to make up and pump that extra 2 ounces, which would just make things longer. So that was one of my things, like, yes, they really don't need it. And sometimes you need to know the difference of hunger cues and when they want to suck, because a lot of times people think, oh, the baby's sucking, they're hungry. Not all the time. Like when they're really hungry, one of the signs I did learn with Ivory is that their fists will stay balled up until they're full, and you'll see their hands start to relax. A lot of times when their hands start to relax, they'll put their hand on your boobs, so it'll be open. So once you notice that their hands are open or they fall off, if they go to sleep, I would detach them, burp them, and put them down. But that is my tips. If you guys have any question, I will try to link down some of the products that I do have. But if you do supplement with the formula, not saying you can't, but if you do, there will be an off balance in what you pump and give out, because you're kind of telling your baby's drinking 4 ounces, but you're only pumping the 2 ounces, and then you're mixing in 2 ounces of formula. It kind of just confuses the body. But you can make up that if you put in a extra pump to pump that at least 2 ounces that you didn't give them, but you gave it to them in formula. But that's one of the things I learned that I messed up with Ariz. I did not do it with Ivory. and we had a great breastfeeding. Like, she breastfed until 16 months. I kicked her off. But that was one of my things, is with Arayus, I was supplement formula, and sometimes it was just the pediatrician wasn't like encouraging. It was like, oh, just give him formula, just stop breastfeeding. And there was just a lot of things that was missed with him. So I think he nursed good until his tongue couldn't move. He couldn't move his jaw because they told me he was going to outgrow a tongue tie, and he was not. So we did have to clip that. But that time he was used to eating like off a syringe, because we were feeding him by a syringe, because he couldn't like latch around a nipple, or like my nipple or a bottle nipple. So yeah, if they have tongue ties, get that checked out, get it fixed. They can nurse right away once it's done, and it's best done when they're younger, because he was 5 months, so he was screaming, crying. So he had a lot of bleeding because he was crying, but he was good after that. But we were already switching to a formula, and then it took 7 formulas to find out that he was allergic to a lot of them. So we wound up having to have a really specific formula, and we kind of had the same incident with Ivory, which I'm kind of glad we did not. I had to cut out all dairy products. I cut it out through my whole pregnancy, but this pregnancy I have, my doctor said, between the 15 weeks before my due date to 10 weeks. 10 weeks exactly is like when you will have to stop having dairy, because dairy takes 10 weeks to clear out your system. So if you know you have some tolerance problems with dairy or certain foods, there is a 50-50 that your baby will have it. So if you eat it, it will be in your breast milk, your baby will get it. So we kind of avoided that with Ivory. I took out all dairy from my diet from the beginning of my pregnancy, and we didn't have a problem. But we did have a problem once we allowed her to try dairy after age 1, and she had a allergic reaction too, which is her throat didn't close up, but she was close to, like, so her whole face and neck, everything swelled, but it didn't close off her throat. But that, if we would have gave her more, it could have been like that. So kind of prepare yourself. Like, some babies cannot take breast milk, but it's not the breast milk, it's what's in the breast milk. So it's whatever you put in your body can affect them. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have questions, put them down. I can answer if I can. But thank you. Peace out.